Virginia Department of Corrections, Sussex 2, State Prison. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang up or press 1. To prevent calls from this facility, press 9.
Hello. Hey, Chris.
This is a prepaid debit call from
Chris.
an inmate in the Virginia Department of Corrections, Sussex 2, State Prison. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Hello, Rudy.
Hey, Chris. You called me in the truck, and I'm in between going to places, but I can talk for a little bit. How you doing, man?
All right, I just sent you an email. We only get 4 phone calls a day, and I just got on the phone with my mother about the email I got from you earlier.
Okay.
So I responded to your email, and it was just pretty much, hey, the only evidence in my case was, that one co-defendant statement, another co-defendant statement, and his testimony. And they picked which one they wanted to go with and free, and they freed one of them for his testimony.
I see.
So, but what I was saying is, what if I was the one with the statement and the testimony? You see, I'd be out there, and they'd be in here. What if I was a testify? What I'd say he did this, he did that.
Yeah.
That's my thing. That's why they made a law called the Lilly Law, saying that co-defendant statement, when it's the only evidence, is not permissible. They're not doing it in court anymore.
I got you.
It has to match up with something in order for them to use it. It's called the Lilly Law.
Okay, so I just need to be prepared.
But, I know you just wrote me and you said that's my paperwork. It's my statement of facts. And you said on page 2 it says Adam stated that Moltz had a map.
Yeah.
Then the next one said Frankie says Adam produced a map. So that's two different. That's two different people saying two different things, and that's the only evidence they got in the case.
So just to be clear, if someone asked, there's no actual map that was ever introduced into trial. There's nothing produced. It was just.
There's no actual map. There's no. A guy named Greg Prentice supposedly wrote a map, right?
Okay.
The map. He was never introduced in court. He was down as a Commonwealth witness, but they never brought him to court. And I don't know why my lawyer, I had a court-appointed lawyer, and I don't know why he didn't call him to the stand and question him. My court-appointed lawyer was, pretty much saying, let's just not say nothing at all for the whole time because you didn't really have a role in it. You was so minimum in the role in the crime that our strategy is just not say nothing at all. And that's what he did. He just not said nothing. I mean, it worked a little bit. I got found not guilty of 6 charges, right?
Yeah, but you're spending life in prison, right?
I'm still spending life in prison. Yeah. And when you said, you told me that you're spending life in prison for a conversation, I wrote back, I said, I never said I was innocent. I'm wrong for having that conversation. I've always said that. That conversation should not have taken place. We should not have did it. Everybody was drunk. There was 20 people in the house. How come 20 people ain't sitting here serving life? Everybody was talking about it,
Yeah.
It was a party. Everybody was like, hey, this guy's got this, and this over at his house, man. Let's go take it. Okay. I didn't do it. I didn't leave the house. I didn't go rob nobody. I didn't go kill nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm saying, for my role in this crime, my time is done. I'm up. If I was in any other state, like you said, this is a kennel. If I was in any other state besides Virginia, I would have been charged only with conspiracy to commit robbery, and that's 3 years.
Right. I got you. I'm just, and keep in mind, Chris, I deal with about 40 to 50, so I'm trying, the little hamster in my head tries to keep up with the players and the details of everybody's case. And so so it sounds like you're not saying you're innocent. You're saying that you were overcharged, and you certainly didn't want anybody to die, and you didn't even go. You didn't even. Unfairly sentenced. Gotcha.
Because of the kennel mentality, like you said, to book the kennel, because they built all these warehouse prisons in Virginia.
Yeah.
And said, let's lock these guys away. We're so tough on crime. That was from 95 to 2000. From 95 to 2000, it was, man, let's lock them away, throw away the key. That's going to reduce crime. Well, 20 years later, they didn't prove it that it doesn't work. It didn't work. So they gave me a life in prison for a crime where right now, if a person did this crime, the same crime I did today, and actually pulled the trigger, he would only get 20 years, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You weren't even there, and you certainly didn't want anybody to die, and I don't know how they could charge you with murder if you weren't even there at the scene. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, because the way the law is, if you're involved in any way before or after the crime, you could be charged the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So that's called felony murder, felony first-degree murder. If you're a driver in a car and someone goes robs a store and they shoot somebody, kill somebody, you're getting charged too because you're driving that car.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. To them people, you said, what do I tell these people that are arguing with me on the stand about this map I drew?
Okay.
Okay. Tell them that in their neighborhood or their town, if there's any unsolved murder right now, I'm going to go to the police station in their town and tell the police that they did it.
Yeah.
That they're the one that did it, and I'll go to court and testify against them, and they will go to prison for the rest of their life just because of what I said.
Yeah.
Because of what I wrote down. Now, tell them that's what will happen. That's what happened. So if there's a statement, if someone writes a statement saying you did something in the state of Virginia, and go to court and testify against you, that's all they need. In my case, there was no gun, there was no DNA evidence, and there was nobody to describe anybody. The only thing that there was, the only evidence in this case, was one co-defendant's statement and another co-defendant's statement and testimony. That's it.
Yeah. You know what you just described is a pattern that we see. I know another guy named David Hinkson that's spending 43 years in prison, and the only evidence, and I'm using the word only, the only evidence is the testimony of a known liar, and there's no other corroborating evidence whatsoever. Yeah.
Mr. Davis, the guy, Frankie Davis, in my case that testified against us, he was a 2-time felon. If he got found guilty of this, he was a 3-time. It was his 3rd strike, and he would die in prison. He would get life. It was his 3rd strike.
Yeah.
And he testified in court saying this, and this. Okay.
You can stay on the
In my case, there was 3 guys that did it. The 3rd guy was never found, and Frankie testified in court. And he said he didn't know who the 3rd guy was, right?
Yeah.
And he said he didn't go to the robbery because his leg was hurt. Okay, why wasn't it him? Why wasn't it him saving himself?
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if he went. I don't know if he went and did it because I left. I left the house, and I never came back. I never seen him again until trial. You know? After that party that day, it was over. I never thought about it, you know?
Yeah.
I never thought about the conversation that someone really got robbed and someone got killed. You know what I mean? I never thought that happened.
Yeah.
Until a few 2 days later, my dad says, "Hey, the police just kicked in the house. They're looking for you. You need to go turn yourself in." I go and turn myself in. They charged me with conspiracy to commit robbery. I'm out on bond, a $2,000 bond. I'm out. I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm like, man, there's no way I'm going to get in trouble for this conversation. There was 20 people at the house having a party, smoking weed and drinking beer. You know?
Were you given a plea deal?
No.
You weren't even given an opportunity for a plea deal?
No.
Wow.
No, they gave Frank. They gave Frank. They told him, they went right to him and said, if you testify in court and write a statement right now, we're going to just charge you with conspiracy, keep you in jail for a year. When they go to trial and get found guilty, we're going to let you out. That's what happened. When we got found guilty, they let him out.
Go ahead and finish your thought. I got a question, though.
Yeah, there's 4 of us. Me, Adam, Montusa Pace, and Otis Thomas. There was 3 black guys that went into the house. 3. They only found 2. They never knew who the 3rd person was, but Frank is black, and he testified against us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody went to prison and got life sentences because of what he said.
How old were you when this happened again? Remind me.
I was 19 years old.
Did you have any criminal record prior to this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What kind of criminal?
A trespassing and breaking and entering.
Okay. All right. But it still doesn't.
And a possession of marijuana charge.
Okay.
It was a joint.
I got you. Okay, I'm just trying to, but so still, the fact remains that you weren't you certainly didn't expect anybody to die. You didn't want anybody to die, and you weren't even there.
Mr. Davis, the court knows this too.
Yeah.
The court knows this. The court knows all this. But it was just so tough on crime back then. It was from 95 to 2000. It was let's lock everybody up to lock everybody up to a whiskey.
Did you get the book, The Kennel?
High profile case, like what you're going through right now with people on the haters on your page saying, well, he did this and he did that, and people that are always going to argue with you.
Yeah.
I've got family members. I told you, I got family members that don't talk to me no more because they think I'm a murderer.
Yeah.
Oh, you got found guilty, so it's got to be true. If the jury found you guilty, if the court found you guilty, they're not going to put nobody in prison that's innocent. Well, look at the news.
Yeah.
Look at how many people are innocent that are in prison. You know what I mean?
Right.
Look at how many people where someone just says, hey, he did this, and he's in prison. Look at how many men are in prison where women say, he did this. That's all they got to do.
Right.
You know, I know it does happen, but it also is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know. Yeah, we've got a mentality. We've got, yeah.
Everybody says they're innocent. Very few people said, yes, I did it, you know?
Right.
But I'm saying, yes, I did talk about a robbery. But I don't deserve to die in prison for talking about the robbery.
Right.
And like I said in my email, okay, just say it was just me. Just say it was just me. And I was the only one at the house, and I drew the map, and I told the guys, yeah, just rob this house. They got some drugs over there, some money. Go rob this house. And then I leave. And then, do I still deserve life
No,
for that? Yes,
no.
I deserve some time for that. I do deserve to
But no, but you don't deserve to die in prison because of that. You don't deserve to. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on this, Chris. Yeah, it's a terrible. The more I learn about your case, the more I can see it's a terrible miscarriage of justice.
I got a letter from a Miss Bernadette Hassel.
Yeah.
Or Hassel. I guess she's on your page. Or
Okay.
somebody's page.
All right.
And she said, I don't know. She said she was friends with my cousin Steven Sparks. And she recently heard our phone conversation, and she wants to help too. She said she's helped with letter writing campaigns to the governor. And she said most of the guys she helps is guys on death row. But she said when she heard my story, she knew she had to get involved. She said she's headed letter writing campaigns for governors, wardens, 2 governors, wardens, and state senators. Worked with law teams, and even did some work with a reporter getting stories like yours told.
That's great. That's great.
She said, I don't know exactly what I do to help, but I'm here. And she said, thank you. She said, I'm a firm believer in our Heavenly Father and His Word.
Amen.
Nothing else I can do. The best thing I can do for you is pray.
Amen to that.
Yes.
Well, you know, the purpose of, I got it. The purpose of our, I'm driving a truck at the same time if you hear me talking to my wife.
Yeah.
The purpose of our ministry, Chris, and you know this already, is to make noise and shine light so the public can hear the truth. And hopefully, some truth gets out of that hellhole that you're in so the people will start to wake up that we got a whole lot of people in prison that shouldn't be in prison. Let me ask you this. You talked about the kennel earlier. Did you actually get that book?
No, I haven't got the book yet, but
okay.
I have read pieces of that book before.
Yeah, okay.
And like excerpts of that book, but I do want that book. Did you?
Yeah, I sent it to you. You should be getting it any day now.
Okay. Well, I'll have to wait because it has to go through property.
Okay, all right.
So it'll go through property and they'll come and they'll bring it to me.
Yeah, and the picture that I want the truth to get out, and I want to paint this picture, which I believe is absolutely accurate and true, that our criminal justice system in America has gone completely nuts. I mean, we got way too many people in prison. Yeah.
It has.
Yeah.
And I understand there's guys that do deserve to be in prison.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There's guys that do, but there's very few people that are throwaways,
Yeah.
And there's no one, that isn't actually all the way evil.
No, as long as you're breathing, there's an opportunity for reconciliation and repentance, and I believe the Lord can save anybody. So there's no crime that the Lord can't forgive. But at the same time, when we look at your case, regardless of the religious aspects of it, there's just no way that you should be in prison. How long have you been in prison already? Like 21 years?
Yes, sir.
21 years.
This
wow.
happened December of 1997.
I'm surprised you've maintained your sanity, Chris.
Yeah, I have for a while. In 2001, 2, and 3, I was on mental health medication, but I just decided that I just wanted to stop, and I just find something to smile about every day. I got my nieces and my mama and my sister and my family. You know, I just every day smiling. Think of them.
Amen. You know, when we put out that first recorded discussion, your family members reached out, and I could tell that they cared a great deal about you. So I know that you've got that to be thankful for, because a lot of prisoners I talk to, they don't have anybody. So at least you've got some family members that still love you and care about you.
Yes, sir. See, that, like I said, they just really don't know how to help. Like my mama, she didn't even really, she was, how do I send them a picture? Because you said you wanted a picture, so she was trying to get you a picture. So
yeah, she did. She did.
She did get you one.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
she did great.
That's me and my niece. And I told her any other pictures that they wanted to send, or any other pictures you want to take off of their Facebook pages or anything, you can for me, you know.
Okay. Well, our goal is to have your voice and the truth of your case hit as many ears as possible, and hopefully God will use someone. I've lost all faith in lawyers and the criminal justice system, but that doesn't mean that God can't use them anyway. God can still use them.
Yes, sir. Well, this Bernadette lady, I wrote her back and I told her thank you. I told her she said, what can she do to help? I said, congressmen, senators, you know, the lawmakers, the governor Norfolk and Adrian Bennett. I said, push for the fishback inmates and the unfair sentencing, the Truth in Sentencing Act in Virginia, because there's a lot of people fighting for that in Virginia.
You know, just to let you know, Chris, I did find a bunch of articles on the fishback stuff that you mentioned, and those are in the mail to you as well. So you're going to get a lot of articles about the fishback stuff.
Okay, there's RIHD.gov. It's like it's a group that's just focusing on the fishback inmates. There's 417 of us in the state of Virginia. I am one of them, where Governor McCullough, for the past 2 years he was in office, was trying to get a bill passed to either get us resentenced or make us parole eligible. Because when they took parole in 1995, they didn't tell the juries, but then a law was passed in 2000. The guy's name was David Lee Fishback. And so they made it the Fishback law, saying that all juries have to be told that there is no more parole. If you get this guy 20 years, he's doing 20 years. If you get this guy life, he's dying in prison. He's never getting home. It says, my paperwork says, S life, special life, 600 years. That's 600 years. You know, that's what it says for computer purposes. That's what they say.
Yeah, that's insanity.
They put 600 years.
Yeah.
So the juries was never told, but now from 2001, when the juries are told now, if you find this guy guilty of murder, he's going to do life in prison. So what they'll do is the jury set the sentencing too. The jury sentences you. People don't know that. The jury doesn't just find you guilty. The jury sentences you.
Did that happen in your case? Did the jury sentence you in your case?
Well, this is the thing. They know automatically if you get found guilty of murder, it's life in prison in the state of Virginia.
Yeah.
There is no other option. If you find him guilty, he's serving life. But my jury in my case, they found me not guilty of 6 gun charges. Remember I told you they were deadlocked? They told the judge they were hopelessly deadlocked. The judge kept sending them back into the deliberation room.
Right.
And telling them to come back until they found me guilty on each count.
Right.
So, I mean, like I told you before, in that same article you was reading, the statement of facts, did you see where it says the most bizarre jury ever?
Yeah.
And it was even in the newspaper articles you said you found. It was the most bizarre and peculiar jury because they even started crying when the verdict was read. You know, the judge told them don't show no emotion in the courtroom. And then when the verdict was read, the jury members were crying. Well, they were the ones that were deadlocked.
Yeah.
The jury members. And they didn't even want to find me guilty at all. But then they come to a conclusion that let's find him not guilty of all the gun charges because it was mandatory time, 20 years for each one. So I'm thinking that they found me guilty of the murder, the 3 robberies, and the conspiracy to commit robbery, thinking that I'll be out on parole if I'm good in prison. But they found me not guilty of the mandatory gun charges, so I didn't have to spend 240 years in prison because it was mandatory, like 240 years or something.
So if I understand correctly, the jury at the time of sentencing did not know that you would mandatory have to spend life in prison. They did not have any knowledge of that.
They did not know that.
Yeah.
You have 1 minute remaining.
My lawyer asked the judge to tell them that there is no more parole. If you find him guilty of murder, he will die in prison. And the judge said, no, that's not the law. But then in 2000, they made it law.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
So if they were told, the outcome would have been different. Well, thank you, Mr. Davidson. Check my email. I wrote an email for you.
Okay, our prayers are with you, Chris. I'm going to create a Dropbox for you so we can start putting all this information that's coming in an electronic Dropbox. So in the future, if anybody wants to know about your case, you can tell them to go, to go to our webpage and click on your Dropbox, and that way everything will be in one spot. That's one of the benefits of, that we can offer. So God bless you. Our prayers are with you, Chris.
God bless y'all. Be safe. You and your wife drive careful.
Okay.
Careful in the storm.
All right. God bless you, Chris. Bye-bye.
Oh, y'all are in Texas.
Yeah, but we'll get some rain, but we ain't going to get no storm or anything, so.
It's hitting us right now. I'm right here in Waverly, Virginia.
Wow.
It's hitting us right now.
We're praying for you, Chris.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
God bless. I will talk to y'all later.
Okay.
Drive safe.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for using GTL.